More breaking news coming in. The Russian President Vladimir Putin's special aircraft is expected to arrive in Alaska in a couple of hours from now. That's the information that's coming in. So Donald Trump is to meet the Russian president at the Anchorage air base. He will meet him at the air base. That's where the conversation will take place. We are told around midnight Indian Standard Time, which is 11 a.m. local time in Anchorage. That's where the conversation will take place. President Trump will greet him, is the information that Kremlin has just put out. Donald Trump is to meet President Putin at his aircraft. That's the information that's coming in. And I want to cut across to India Today's Rohit Sharma, who joins us live from Washington, D.C. on the story. Rohit, what's the buzz? Is there hope that this could pave the way for peace between Russia and Ukraine, or is this just an icebreaker of sorts?
Well, first thing first, Gaurav, happy Independence Day. Yes, there is definite hope. I think that's why President Trump is flying out to Alaska, and that's exactly why Vladimir Putin is coming to Alaska. But at the same time, I think it has been a very cautious approach by President Trump. He's playing this meeting down. He's not trying to get ahead of himself. He's taken into confidence Zelensky. He's taken into confidence the European Union. And he said there's a 25% chance that this meeting would not end up where it wants it to be. So, he's taking a very cautious approach. When he was speaking and gaggling with reporters on Air Force One, he talked about if he does not find the Russian president serious about it, he might end up sanctioning Russia more. He's talked about that he's seen that Vladimir Putin is traveling with a business delegation and that he would want to talk to him about it, but only if Russia makes progress. So there's a lot at stake here.
There's interesting that you mentioned
good meeting.
Okay, I mean, it's interesting that you mentioned that there could be additional sanctions on Russia, but you also have the Treasury Secretary who's warning India of additional sanctions, and this is rather unfortunate. But bring us more details on the thinking in the Trump administration there.
Well, look, I think President Trump himself has admitted that he believes that, sanctioning India is, sort of allowed for the Russians to understand what President Trump can do and, making them do this summit in Alaska. So I think that's a belief that they have. But President Trump on Air Force One has specifically said he's going to sanction the Russians. He did not talk about any other nation. So that's there. I think they believe the sanctions could work and possibly if they see that Russians they have good intentions and they really do want to end the war, which is what Vladimir Putin said a few days ago, I think we could see something positive. Another interesting thing, Gaurav, is that President Trump has also teased a trilateral if everything goes well. And he said he might end up staying in Alaska if things progress. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of posturing, but at the same time, a very cautious approach from President Trump, who's known to be very pompous at times.
And at the same time, you have President Putin and his team. They are putting all facts out, very clearly saying, yes, we want to move forward, but it has to be just peace. It has to ensure that it's lasting peace. And who will be a signatory on that peace? Because according to them, President Zelensky is no longer authorized to be president of Ukraine after the end of his tenure. And there are so many aspects that we will continue to talk about. And Rohit will be tracking that story very, very closely. Rohit, for joining me here for the moment, many thanks.